So I know there was some discussion this morning about not feeling compelled to be on every platform, for everything you might want to do as a brand or a company or an organization. And I think that's wonderful. I think we're finally seeing the light that the next shiny thing isn't necessarily the right one for you. So bravo to everybody for realizing that, and to the industry. One platform that I think is still overlooked because it's not fun and it's not sexy like Snapchat or Instagram or some of these other platforms that are emerging all the time is LinkedIn. And it's really a shame, and the reason I come up and talk about it is because it really is built for business. Organizations are constantly trying to force themselves into these other platforms when LinkedIn is built for it. Don't just let your LinkedIn connections and your LinkedIn profile lay there. You need to use it, and you need to use it every day. And when I say grow it, I don't mean accept every invitation that you get. I get invitations from people I've never met. There's no note explaining why I should give them access to my network, because that's what you're doing. You're saying, yeah, here's my professional network, go at it. So you need to have a reason to connect with somebody, and then when you send an invitation to someone, you need to give them a reason. I'm a really big believer in sending that personal note and explaining why it's worth connecting.
So let's talk about Google+, Tumblr, and Reddit. How many of you guys are using one of these three platforms right now in your social? Oh, good grief. All right, well, some of you guys may have to help me out here. We're going to go really fast through these. If you guys have questions, we definitely are here at the end to help out. But this, what this slide really does, the truth is news is shared and travels and consumed across all social networks. It's pretty much the number one thing shared on social networks is news. This is just a quick snapshot of news consumption sites. And what's interesting on this site is you see news, the most consumed amount of news is on Reddit. But look near the bottom. You're starting to see more and more news consumed on Instagram, Vine, and Pinterest. This goes very much to what people were talking about earlier. The new headline is a photograph, not a text. Visuals are the new headline, and you're starting to see that these are early signs, and this is a trend for you to look out for. You're going to start to see those numbers increase. But let's go on behind the numbers. All three of these platforms are massive, massive global networks. But what's very interesting is how they all measure their success. And you can tell this by the way they present their figures. Google has 1.5 billion images. Basically, what they're saying to you is they track success by content being uploaded by you and shared with others. Reddit, it's active users. It's the number of page views. So it's how many times an individual Redditor, how many different things they see in one trip to Reddit. And Tumblr, it's the number of posts. Tumblr is very, very interested in measuring how many people post, because that's what really drives action on that site. Google+, we're just going to talk a little bit about each platform. And again, I apologize, this is fast. I've got 8 minutes for 3. Google+, it's Google's social network. It's tied to YouTube and your Google profile. How many people in this room do not have a Google profile for yourself or your company? Get in there right now. You do not exist. You have no reputation until Google says so. It's free. Create your own Google profile. That's not the same as your Google Plus account, by the way. This is a totally separate product. But as a brand, when you're creating your Google Plus account, you have to use the same login as your YouTube account. If you don't, you can't connect the two pages. So be really careful. I realize that this may be late news for some of you. Google Plus does directly affect SEO. Every +1 your content receives is SEO. If you're very interested in SEO, the minute you put something on Google Plus, you should have all of your employees +1 it. If SEO is your bang and it's been put on your plate, which, by the way, should never have been put on PR people's plates, but whatever, have people plus up. Google Plus, it's a reputation verification place for Google. The more you activate there and act there, the more Google knows about you and trusts you. Google Plus is interesting because it's only real names. You're not allowed to use fake names, so you really get to understand who's there. Unfortunately, it's also global, so frequently you'll get comments in other languages or maybe outside your target audience. Circles are amazing. I'm going to talk about how you can max those out. And then, of course, Google Hangouts. Best practices. This is an amazing 101 tips. You guys are all going to be able to get this PowerPoint, and you can move that slide around to see them. That's from Maria Pegler. What's interesting here is the really big tips. Again, you want to create your Google profile. If you're blogging for your company and on your blog platform, your name appears there, you've got to use Google authorship so you get SEO credit in your name for your work. Circles are very interesting. It's basically how Google allows you to lump your friends or everybody that you're following on Google+. You can put them into a category or a circle. You can share news with circles, and if your circle is small enough, it will email the news out to them. So it doesn't force those to come to the platform. You'll actually be able to send it out. Google+ has an amazing array of communities. There's some really, really high-end brain trust communities. If you're really wanting to know everything you could possibly know about social media, join a Google+ community. You get a lot more there. Same thing with SEO. Search Engine Land has an amazing Google+ page if you're looking for information. Sorry, guys, keep going. Always be compelling on Google+. The main type of content that's shared there is imagery plus text, so you really want to think with that visual headline. Google+ allows you to have full formatting, so you can bold things, you can underline things. It's kind of a blog-light platform. You can tag people, which helps you get visibility. You can cross-promote across Google platforms. Use hashtags. They're very, very frequently used in Google+. Again, search the hashtag first. You'll find that there's actually a huge use for social media hashtag SM, hashtag PR. A lot of people are using these, I find, in a much better way than they are on Twitter. Oh, that's it. Oh, yeah, okay, that's it. Sorry, guys. Reddit. How many of you guys are using Reddit? Aren't you guys afraid? So be afraid. I am telling you right now, look at these eyes. I don't lie to you people. Do not get on Reddit without a strategy. It is a very dangerous platform. If you guys don't remember, last year someone was murdered because their name was mentioned on Reddit. It was the wrongly accused Boston bomber. Reddit is a very dangerous platform. I cannot tell you this enough. Never use your own name if you don't have to, and never, ever call out somebody else. It's called doxing. However, Reddit is a massive, massive, massive traffic engine. It's a massive news site. If you're not posting on Reddit, you should be playing in Reddit. You should be reading Reddit. If you're a futurist or you're in charge of identifying trends for your industry, you'll see things like that on Reddit. The way Reddit works is that you sign up with a fake name or a code name or a nickname, an alias. That's what it's called, an alias. And you use that, and then you can submit posts. You can submit links. Reddit has categories and subcategories called subreddit. Before you post in Reddit, the best thing you could do is search first, but we'll talk a little bit about that. Reddit, as I said, they also have a very, very unique opportunity for you to highlight people within your company or within your organization called the AMAs, Ask Me Anything. Reddit is often labeled an earned platform because you have to work hard to get your information into Reddit. It's not an owned platform. But interesting about Reddit, especially if you're trying to reach the technical community, fantastic pricing for advertising, $200 a week to do text ads on Reddit. Really, really terrific thing to look at. So the best practices with Reddit, really, before I say all this, you've got to have a strategy. You have to really understand the platform to get into this. Reddit, when you go in there, probably has like 3 billion posts already in there. So you've got to use the search function. And you've got to find what you're looking for in the right Reddit subreddit group. It also has a really good PR and social media group if you're looking for more information there. You want to make sure before you post into any subreddit that you read the group rules. Every subreddit's rules are different. You can share a link or a post. When I share into Reddit, I frequently share a post with a description, and then I include the link in there. I can usually drive 1,000 to 3,000 people in per Reddit post to give you an idea of just basic traffic. The way Reddit works, if you really want to get on the front page and start getting literally millions of people to your site, is you need 100 upvotes in the first hour of your content submission, which means it has to be interesting enough for at least 100 people to upvote immediately.